Yeah, it is time to take action. Good afternoon from wherever you're listening to your favorite dial, Super 96.3 FM, One Family, One Radio. Once again, good afternoon, and I welcome you especially to where we talk about the youth or the young Nigerians, young people in the society. My name is Tessie, starts with a T followed by ER double S and C with Y. Once again, you're welcome. I'm so excited to be here. Last week, we mentioned or we started talking about how to instill good moral in youth or in young people in the society, and it was so interesting. I enjoyed myself, and I know and I believe also that you also enjoyed yourself with the discussion we had last week. I have the same guest in the studio today. We'll be continuing, or we'll continue with our discussion on how to instill good moral in the society in order to be, or for the youth or the young people in the society to be good representatives of themselves, their families, and the society. When we are discussing about how to instill good moral in youth, particularly in the context of the current situation in Nigeria, there are various aspects of the society that come together to support moral upbringing of young Nigerians. So last week we talked about the current socio-political climate in Nigeria, how it affects the moral development of young people in the society. We talked about the role of parents and family structures in shaping morals in young people in the society. We also looked at schools and educational institutions, how they contribute to instilling good morals in the society. We looked at the social media, peer group pressure. We looked at the religious and community leaders, how they help in making ethnic or in making ethical decisions in youth, for them to be good representatives of themselves, for them to be good morals, to reduce moral decadence in the society. That is exactly what we are looking at. So now we understand that there are various aspects in life that affects the upbringing of a child, the parents, and all other people. Now we want to move forward. Last week we were passive, but today we want to be active. We want to look at practical issues. We want to look at solutions. Yes, we know that this and this and this happens. We know there is a problem. Having known or understood the problem, what is the solution? How do we now solve this problem to make sure that we have good people, to make sure that we reduce moral decadence in the society? And that is why I brought my guest back to the studio this afternoon. Last week I promised you that it would be coming back to finish up on the topic, instilling good moral in the society. I have esteemed Mr. Adeshino Idris Dolapo. You're welcome once again to the studio.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Idris Adeshina, as you have said, and I'm back again. Now,
Wait. We are just calm down. You're ready to shoot. You're ready to shoot, but just
the issue of
calm
moral
down.
is something that it pains me a lot. It baffles me. It gives me sleepless nights at times because I am someone who is who deals with young people a lot, and I've been, as a postgraduate student, so I'm able to see them, especially in the university here at Tarishula University of Education. So I get to see them a lot, and it leaves me in tatters.
Don't make undergraduate students or postgraduate students also of Tarishula come back at you.
No,
What
they can't.
It is not just in Tarishula University.
No,
of
it's not
Education.
only in that.
Yeah.
That is my
We have them
immediate
everywhere.
environment. You know,
Sure.
that is where I spend a couple of, or let me say, most of my time in a day. So part of what being a postgraduate student entails is having mentors. You know, you have academic mentors who put you through the academic line while you're doing your master's and PhD. So while in school, you get to be in their offices, and these students come, you know, a 17, 18-year-old student of 100 or 200 level comes to a professor's office. I was there sitting, and then she came. Good afternoon, sir. And then the next thing she said, sir, I didn't see my score, okay? What is when our, the F word was used. Our class captain or our class rep. Then I looked at him or I was like,
in the presence
if
of the
it
lecturer.
was in the presence of a professor.
Wow.
If it was in a secondary school, I would dash that young lady a dirty slap. But apparently she doesn't know that that word is not to be used in such a context, not even used anywhere. That is how morally degrading it is.
Yeah, and it is everywhere. Now when we talk about moral decadence, I don't want us to wait
not much. Yes.
Yeah, when we talk about moral decadence, we're talking about the dressing, the manner of approach,
everything,
in their speech, in whatever, the use of social media,
yes,
their posts and every other thing. When you check their status, all those things are
it's so baffling that
they're so obvious. You
yes,
see everywhere.
You see it everywhere. TikTok, it is not, everything. It is not hidden again.
Exactly.
It is no more hidden.
It's not hidden. Like someone said about 3 weeks ago, I was talking with someone, and the person said the abnormal has become normal.
Now that people you who do the normal now look abnormal.
Exactly. So people don't really see big deal, things like that. Now we want to look at practical approach.
Now,
what are the practical steps? What can we do now?
Good.
For these students, for their parents, the society, everything, so that we can allow our listeners to be part of the program.
Let's start from this. When you talk about practical steps, when I left here last week, I had to go do some kind of research. I was able to, in some little, there's still some part of Ijebu-Ode here where you find the little Agbole or something, somewhere before you get here. I just went to see 1 or 2 elders. I was like, while you were growing up, how did you, live? I knew these things, but I just needed to see them again.
For clarity.
The man told me that the fact that we have refused to allow communal raising of the children is the main thing. So now the first and the only main step that we need is the communal raising of children again.
Okay, what do you mean?
Now, when our parents, our grandparents were younger, you give birth to a child, the houses are built in a way in most part of Yoruba land and in the east too, that there's something called akoka. Akoka. They say
not Akoka Lagos.
No, not akoka. Akoka is different from akoka.
Okay, that's akoka.
It's in Ijebu and Remo, they call it akoka. But in some other parts of Yoruba land, it's called agbole.
Oh.
You understand?
Okay.
So agbole àwọn kini lele, agbole àwọn lagbaja lele. So when a member of that agbole gives birth, the birth is only when the child wants to sleep at night. Everybody in that agbole is responsible for raising that child. In that agbole, you find old people, you find very old people, you find not too old people, you find young people, you have very young people, and you have children. You see the category of people. So all these people are experienced. Yes, people will say, what is wrong with people, giving birth early these days? Yes, our parents too gave birth early. Yes. For instance, my mom gave birth to me at the age of 19. Wow. You understand? Yes. At 19, I was born. Now,
that's early.
It's early. Wow. But when she gave birth to me, she didn't raise me alone. I remember spending time with my grandma, learning some morals there. I remember spending time with my aunt, learning morals there. The same thing, I spent time with my paternal grandma too. But you see, nowadays, we have shackled these opportunities. You find people say, me and my family. So they just believe that the raising of a child is just from the father and the mother. Even if grandma comes visiting, the grandma is tagged something else. The wife might not want the grandma to be there, or the husband might not want the wife's mother to be there. So they want only the family structure in the modern time is what is eroding our morals.
Thank you.
You understand? So we need to return to that communal raising of children. We need to, when you give birth to your child, don't see it as only your child. Let the child spend some time with other people in your family, trusted ones.
Exactly.
Trusted ones.
The right people.
You understand? So what they will learn from you are not an island. The traditional African setting, it believes that nobody is an island. So what we have different attitudes, different habits that we picked, from different people. So if we can ensure that, okay, during this long holiday, instead of locking them in lessons, go to lessons, at times we have refused to understand that play is even part of learning. So let them go. Maybe their grandma is somewhere in Ondo State. Let them go there.
But some people believe that when you stay or live with grandma,
you'll be spoiled.
No, there
are some habits that you will exhibit with a grandma. The only children that get spoiled by grandma is those who were maybe after they gave birth to them, they just dump them on the grandma and she gets frustrated. The energy that she used to raise you is not the same that she has now. But when they come to spend holiday, she'll take care of them. Take them to the farms or take them to the mills. Let them see some other things. Through that, they will see no, these are new things. Oh, this person is doing this. The grandma will that is how we do here. From that, you have imbibed that culture. Oh, mommy, I saw someone kneeling down to greet. Yes, that's how we greet in Yoruba land. Probably it didn't occur to you to raise them that they should kneel down and greet people. So communal raising of children is very everybody should important. See everybody as important. I went to the market one day, one of these Ijebu market, the new market.
Okay.
Now I went to buy one or two things, and then one woman came with this thing that they used to carry children nowadays, carrier. Okay. Apparently the belt was loose. She didn't know. Now one of the belts came off and the child almost dropped. Then one of the women now ran to her and said, oh, sorry, why didn't you use wrapper? She said, Eshe, you can't teach me how to raise this. I have one already. Yeah. The woman looked at her and was like, it's not your fault. If your child had dropped or something else had happened, you wouldn't be telling me. So that is how people see it. I want to protect my child. Yes, I agree that the modern time has brought in a lot of dangers. We have issues of uncles abusing children sexually, even, trauma and all. But that is why I said trusted
people.
There is no way you won't know your family. Except if you believe that you are an island. You can't run away from everybody in your family.
Thank you very much. Peradventure, you're just tuning in. It's Super 96.3 FM. My name is Tessie, and I'm in the studio with Mr. Adeshino Idris. But we have to quickly pay some bills. When we return, we'll continue with the program. Don't touch that down.
For every choice,